let's talk about fake gurus. Like I said, I've been scammed by fake gurus. I think in one way or another, people, maybe you haven't been scammed by one, or maybe you haven't bought into the program of one, or maybe you still believe in one. Either way, you've heard of them. They're all over the damn internet. So, obviously, you're going to hear from one of them. And the most prominent one, obviously, is Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate is just a typical, I just wish, it's starting to drive me mad, man. The whole thing with these damn people. They're the worst. The thing is, people think being an entrepreneur, basically is scamming people. It's basically what it is. Not talking about if you run a business. Okay, it's a different thing. Like if you own a gym and you charge for a membership, you're an entrepreneur too. But there's a difference between legit. There's the legit ones, and then there's the illegitimate charlatans, which are unfortunately the minority. There's a lot of people who sell you. Let's think of it this way. There's an entire huge market, and it started with Tai Lopez. Now the latest one, the most famous one, obviously, is Andrew Tate. But there's a bunch of guys that are like this. And I just want to warn you guys, as in the manosphere, the entire self-improvement space has been taken over by a lot of these guys. They're just everywhere. You can't escape them. And there's ones that are worse than others. There are some that mean well while they're good guys, and they're just selling you self-improvement stuff. But there's a lot of toxicity. Like I said, the reason I promote High School JT is because there just isn't a lot of that with him yet. I'm a little worried because, there's always a chance. But as far as I've seen, he hasn't tried to sell courses. He hasn't tried to, and also Jordan Green. These guys, the reason I promote them is because they don't sell anything. They just do their channel, they give advice, and that's it. And I wish people did this more. They did it for free. Honestly, I know that it's counterintuitive and that people want to make money, but I love these guys that they give out their advice. And I've seen some literally life-changing advice without having to pay money. And I would give them a view, and I want people to be promoted. I want these people to be promoted over people like Andrew Tate. The reason I don't like Andrew Tate isn't because he's wrong, or isn't because a lot of the stuff he says is wrong. It's because his business is a complete scam. I don't care what you say. It's a complete scam. I'm sick of people thinking that promoting pyramid schemes, as a person who's been scammed by them multiple times. And again, I'm going to mention another guy, J.K. Emezi, the guy who promotes PMO Reboot. His program is an absolute scam. I don't care what you say. It's an absolute scam. It's an absolute. Do not join that. You do not need to pay thousands of dollars to learn information you can learn for free. All the information that he was talking about in the program was a complete waste of money. Literally, he was like, "Oh, your mindset. Oh, here's the red flags." Literally, I've been doing NoFap. I've been doing semen retention for almost 3 years by that point, and I knew my triggers. I knew what was my red flags. Didn't need to pay, and I paid almost $2,000. I thankfully got the money back and actually reported it as a scam. It's a scam. Flat out, it's a scam. Do not fall for these idiots, these jokers. Another one is Tony Robbins. And Tony Robbins and a lot of these guys, you need to understand. I'm going to say, I have a friend that is follower of Tony Robbins. If you're watching this video, you need to understand that this guy, Tony Robbins, he's selling you nothing. I've seen his little boot camps, his little get-together things where he does. It looks like a cult. Anything that says it's a cult, and that's Hamza included. Hamza, I'm going to call it out. I'm going to call out Hamza and his stupid cult. Anybody who's I want to start a cult, that's a red flag. That's a red flag to me. That's an automatic red flag. Don't join cults. I don't understand why a lot of people are drawn to them, and I get why people are drawn to them. People are looking for purpose. People are looking for meaning. People are looking for friendship. You don't need to join a cult to find that. I don't understand why people attach cults. They think that joining a cult where the leader is literally dictating your life, it is disturbing. I don't even take it as a joke. Cults are scary. Cults are capable of are disturbing. Cults commit crimes. A lot of these beliefs, these people that are coming out here and they get their cult of personality. as we call them, and people like Andrew Tate is going out there and he's saying, I'm the Messiah. He's saying he's coming out there. Anybody who he is, in my opinion, if there was a person that would be Satan, it would be Andrew Tate. He's literally like a guy who's very charismatic. He talks, he says all the things that you want to hear as a guy, as a man. He says all the things that you need, you think you need, he just guarantees you're going to be wealthy. And he says everything is about wealth. Now, while it's true, a lot of it is true. Like, you need some resources to get a woman, to get all the things that you want. And I think to a certain degree, wealth is an important thing, but you can be wealthy without being materialistic. Now, what does that mean? Being wealthy and not materialistic. Here's my example. Being wealthy and living below your means is an underrated thing in this day, not in this day and age, but in these gurus, they're not really about being smart with your wealth. Not all of these gurus own all the property that they own, and I don't think that they always own that. A lot of it is a big facade. Most of these people who have the Bugattis and all that, anybody, as soon as you see somebody driving a Bugatti or a Maserati or any of these fancy cars and is boasting about it, like, just run. Don't even, chances are that they're on a loan on that car. There's no way that they legitimately own all of that stuff unless they've a period of time, a very big period of time, even if they're a millionaire. But just because somebody is making a lot of money, people don't understand the importance of saving money. I mean, yeah, you can have the Bugatti, you can have all that, but are you going to be, is that actually a good financial decision? Like, even with millions of dollars, millions of dollars can be gone overnight when people are lavishly spending and buying things that are frankly useless in the end. Like, most of these things are stupidly expensive. Mansions are not, it's like a full-time job if you own a big property. So I don't understand the whole thing with materialism. The problem is people don't really understand that just because you own something, even if you do fully own it, you have to still maintain it. It's not like you just bought it. Even if you have millions of dollars, the financial responsibility never stops. It literally never stops. So these people who own all this stuff, they're actually under so much more stress than somebody who's just, you can be wealthy and live under your means. I mean, you can be a millionaire and choose to own a single family home or own a little condo and be perfectly happy with that. You don't have to spend all of it on all this stuff that you don't need. Luxury is not worth it, in my opinion. It is the biggest, it is, you going to 5-star resorts, having this lavish lifestyle. It's like, it's not really that as good as you would think. As a person I wouldn't say I've lived luxuriously, but I know I live below my means. I live low below my means. I do things that are free. I've done some things that are, like yesterday I went on a hike with people and that was free. And I got so much out of it without spending hardly any money. I maybe paid for my meal and that cost me $8. But there's so many things that are free. So many things in the world that are free that are just as good as something that's luxurious, if not better. So the whole idea, you need all this money to do this, you need to make this much money, and then everyone's just about life is about working and dying, and all people care about is, especially in this generation, is having this ridiculous lavish lifestyle. And if you don't hit that unrealistic goal of having this, it's just, I'm going to be a millionaire. I already know I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm not even worried about, because the decisions that I'm going to make are going to create this, create that status. But I'm not but even if I had $1 million in my bank account, guess what? I would not even, it would be sitting there, and I would literally, I would use it to help other people in my family. I would use it for keeping, for living a very simplistic lifestyle and keeping most of the money and letting that grow. And then overall, I'd have more wealth in the end from that than buying a bunch of useless shit I don't even want just to boast about it and have some stupid status. just all I'm saying, guys, is stop obsessing about these gurus, these people, Grant Cardone, all these like guys. What was another one? Is Jake something? I remember there's this other guy. The first time I ever saw one of these scam artists, they get in your head, man. Just, bro, live below your means, save your money. Maybe you're not going to be as rich as Andrew Tate. Maybe you're not going to be. You don't need a Bugatti to be happy. That's all I'm saying. You don't need to be Bugatti. These people are lying to you. They're feeding on your most like vulnerable desires to gain a profit off of you. Andrew Tate cares, and Tristan Tate, they care about themselves. There's no like incentive for them to care about you. They don't care about you. They want to make money off of you. The whole thing is it is the most parasitic thing if you think about it. All of what these gurus do. They get in your head, they take your vulnerabilities, they want you to get rich quick, they get you in this get rich quick thing. Oh yeah, I can just get you. Yeah, this does not happen quickly. Getting rich does not happen quickly. Anybody who says to you getting rich is easy, that's the biggest load of bullshit. Whenever anybody says, oh, getting rich is, I'm literally, anytime I hear this bullshit, when you watch a video on YouTube where it's like, getting rich is easy. No, it's fucking not. It takes fucking work and effort and guess what? You don't have to own a business to get rich. That's one thing I'm realizing. It's like you can own a property and rent it out and have two incomes and make 70 and yes, make 80K a year. But guess what? If you make 80K a year and you don't make 100K a year, hell, even if you make 25,000 a year, it all depends. It all matters. What they won't tell you guys, Dan Locke, Andrew Tate, all these guys, no one will tell you that the easiest thing to do is just to fucking save money. Save money and live below your means, and you will get there. If you really want to get $1 million and you have a goal to make $1 million, you've got to save your money and then invest it in something. Maybe invest in a business. Maybe it's a condo. Maybe it's something like some kind of business, obviously. Like, I guess you could say a rental property is a business, but you don't need, there's no like magical formula that exists that these people are going to tell you, they're going to lie to you and promise you all this shit. They're like, and a lot of them say, you can't get rich off of a job. Anybody who says this shit, that's bullshit. Oh, you can't get rich from working a job. No, not the job itself can't make you rich. That's true. But saving your money, investing in something that's worthwhile that can make you more money, yes, that's how you can actually gain wealth. And it also depends on what is your definition of what being rich is. If being a millionaire and being a Maserati, getting all those like lavish houses, if that's being rich to you, then yeah, you're not really going to be rich if you're making 80K a year working a regular job. But that's a definition. If your definition is that, then yes, it's really, yeah, that is a different thing. You're definitely going to have to get scalable business. You're definitely going to have to take more risks. You're definitely going to have to put yourself out there a lot more and try to gain a big audience like what these guys are doing. But if you take a simplistic route and try to stay under the radar and don't like boast about your wealth, and still you can have things, you can be a little materialistic without it taking over your life, which is what these guys want. These guys want you to be like them, where materialism completely controls them. They're not in control of themselves, actually. Their stuff controls them. The women control them. They're constantly like building themselves up. And that's great. Honestly, for them, that is what works. And that's what's going to work. But the fact that they sell you this whole, we're in the matrix. Oh, we're going to break you out. Poverty is the matrix. No, really, it's not. The whole thing, the reason some people just don't have good work ethic. That's just the fact of life, my friends. Like, the fact is, some people are poor and in situations because they are addicted to stuff. They're addicted to low pleasures. They spend all their money on the weekends. They don't have a mindset. Like, everyone is like wanting to make 100K, wanting to make all this money, but no one bothers to think about, saving money. Whenever I've mentioned to most people, specifically women, no offense women, about saving money, about that, I suck at saving money. I go out to Gucci store. It's like, dude, then that's your problem. People are poor by choice. No, it's true. People are poor by choice, and that's the one thing that they do have correct. But the whole, like, you need to buy Hustles University, buying all these stupid ideas. Like, that's bullshit, man. You can build your own wealth by yourself, with you, without buying any courses, without even listening to someone like me. You don't even need to listen to somebody like you. It's all in you. You know, happiness is within, and so is work ethic. So this is why I'm making these videos, because I'm putting work ethic into it. I might have 5 subscribers. I might have 1 person watching this video. That's 1 person I can touch. Even if it's freaking, if it's not blowing up, it's not blowing up. But I'm going to keep trying. I don't give up. You know, you just got to have a mindset of like, I'm not going to give up on this. I'm going to believe in myself. And yeah. Anyway, guys, peace.